So, you're looking for a dog trainer. It can feel like a huge task, right? But honestly, it doesn't have to be. We're going to walk through a really straightforward way to find the perfect training partner for you and your dog, specifically for those of us living right here in Windham, Maine.
It's helpful to think of a trainer as more than just an instructor. They're really a partner. They're there to help you and your dog build an even better relationship. And that's what this is all about, giving you a kind of roadmap to find that exact person in our community.
All right, first up, training for life in Windham. You might be wondering, why get so specific about our town? Well, because good training is so much more than just sit and stay. It's really about getting your dog ready for the actual places you go and the things you do every single day.
So why does local training matter so much? Just think about your daily routine with your dog for a second. Are you walking through busy neighborhoods, or are you out hiking on those quieter trails? The best training is always going to be the kind that's built for your real life. It just makes everything you do together that much easier and more fun.
And life with a dog here in Windham has its own unique flavor, doesn't it? We're talking about walks in our neighborhoods, exploring those amazing local conservation areas, and maybe taking a trip to one of the nearby lakes. A trainer who gets that, who knows this area, can help prepare your dog for all of it, so they can be a great companion no matter where you end up.
Okay, so before you even start looking for a trainer, it's a really good idea to figure out what you're hoping to get out of it. So let's break down what your dog and you might need. So, what are some of those common goals? Well, maybe you just want a great family dog with some solid, basic manners. Or maybe you're dealing with something more specific, like your dog is fearful or gets really reactive around other dogs. And hey, if you've got a new puppy, it's all about getting started on the right paw from day one. Just figuring out your main goal is a huge first step. And then you've got to think about how you want to learn. What format works for you? Group classes, for example, are awesome for practicing skills with other dogs and people around. But if your dog's issues happen at home, like, say, jumping on guests, then in-home lessons are perfect. And there are even options like day training if you have a really packed schedule. For really intensive work, there's even board and train. Let's talk about some of the nitty-gritty skills. Things like pulling on the leash. We've all been there, right? Or jumping on people when they come over. It can be super frustrating. Or maybe it's the barking, or just getting your dog to come back when you call them. A good trainer is going to give you a clear, step-by-step plan to work on exactly these kinds of things.
All right, so you've figured out what you need. Now it's time to actually choose a trainer. Let's go over the key things to look for so you can feel really confident you're making the right choice.
Okay, let's talk about a big one, positive reinforcement. You're going to hear this term a lot. Basically, it's a way of training that uses rewards, like treats or praise, to encourage the behaviors you want. Instead of punishing the bad stuff, you're celebrating the good stuff. It's humane, it's incredibly effective, and it does wonders for building trust with your dog.
Now, you might see a bunch of letters after a trainer's name, like an alphabet soup. Don't let that intimidate you. Those certifications are actually a really good thing. They show that a trainer has put in the work. They've passed exams, they keep up with their education, and they stick to a code of ethics. So something like a CBDTKA means they have a solid base of knowledge, while a certification like CBCCKA points to someone who specializes in more complex stuff like anxiety.
So when you're actually talking to a trainer, it's a good idea to have some questions ready. You really want to ask them about their methods and equipment. What are their credentials? And how will they tailor a plan for your dog and your life here in Windham? You also want to know how you'll track progress and, of course, what the costs are. A real pro will be happy to answer all of this.
Okay, let's get into the practical side of things. We're going to cover local costs and a few other considerations that are specific to us here as Windham residents.
So what does training actually cost around here? This table gives you a pretty good idea of the average costs in Windham and Cumberland County. As you can see, group classes are often a more budget-friendly choice for general manners. Private lessons, on the other hand, give you that really focused one-on-one help. This should at least give you a solid ballpark for what to expect.
It's also a good idea to know the local rules. Here in Windham, the law says your dog has to be under your control at all times in public. Now, while that technically can mean voice control, honestly, the safest and just most neighborly choice for most situations is a simple 6-foot leash. That's why having good leash skills is so valuable.
And once you get started with training, you've got some fantastic local places to practice. You can head over to the Windham Veterans Memorial Park to work on those leash skills with some distractions around. Or the trails at Dundee Park are just perfect for building focus and practicing that come when called. These parks are basically your real-world classroom. Look, at the end of the day, putting in this effort is worth it in so many ways. Having a well-trained dog isn't about having a perfect robot dog. It's about making your life together better. It means every walk through the neighborhood, every visit to the park, and even just a quiet evening at home is more relaxed and enjoyable for everyone. We wish you the best of luck on your training journey.